Everyone at happy hour is going to be talking about that one big, beautiful tax bill. Now, depending on who you hang out with, they might be concerned about the increases to government spending or the government deficit, or they might be really confident that all of that will be offset by the cuts to Medicaid, specifically when it comes to gender reassignment surgery. I don't know where you personally stand on government spending or gender switching, but that's besides the point. What I want to focus on is helping you bring the conversation back to how this bill will impact the real estate market. The one beautiful bill would have several impacts, both direct and indirect, on the real estate market if it gets signed into law. So far, it has passed the House. It heads to the Senate next before it will land on the president's desk to be signed into law. Congress is hoping, well, the Republicans in Congress are hoping to deliver this birthday gift to America on July 4th. Here are the potential impacts to our industry in no particular order. SALT deduction. So let's bring people back to the big, expensive cities. You might have seen my Instagram reel this week where I was talking about how in some cities in the US, 200,000 is the new middle class. Grant Cardone saw it. Anyways, the new tax bill increased the state and local tax deduction from 10,000 to 40,000, which might further boost prices in affluent suburbs. Think California, think New York, think Chicago. This benefits high income homebuyers in high tax areas. Real estate interest investors and developers, the new tax bill held the status quo for capital gains tax for you guys and for 1031 exchange benefits. This is great for you, but I do think some of you were hoping for more improvement, better cuts. In Trump's first term, Congress passed the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. One of the best parts of that bill was what it did for opportunity zones. The goal with these zones is to ignite interest in developing or gentrifying low income areas. And that has the potential to reduce crime and provide much needed housing. There are rumors that there are more incentives for opportunity zones buried in this bill. Many real estate investors and realtors take advantage of the qualified business income deduction that allows you to reduce. It allows a 20% deduction on pass-through incomes from LLCs and S corps. This will remain permanent. So that is a massive win because it reduces the effective tax rate on real estate income. There is some bad news for luxury homeowners. The mortgage interest deduction will remain capped at $750,000. With housing prices increasing, some were hoping that the limit on this would increase as well, but no such luck. Now, let's get into it. Rising deficit equals rising interest rates. This is the sad reality. Independent analysis of this bill confirms that it will cause a substantial increase in the federal deficit with extremely limited offset from potential revenue gains from the hoped increased spending. Well, let me not lean one way or the other and just actually share the hard numbers. The bill will increase the deficit from 3.8 trillion to 4.1 trillion. Now, when we're talking about trillions and we're already talking about an astronomical number, is this like a few deck chairs blowing off the Queen Mary? Like, who's even going to notice? Interest rates will. Mortgage interest rates will notice. Because when the government issues more debt, the demand for mortgage bonds dampens. In turn, that dampens our party, unfortunately. This obviously impacts refi volume and refi opportunities, but it also impacts new construction. It impacts first-time home buyers. Higher interest rates, higher borrowing costs, we know have ripple effects throughout the entire economy. I'm advising my buyers to get in bed with the devil they know rather than waiting around for the one they don't. This means locking in your mortgage terms sooner rather than later. I believe this is a better, more fiscally responsible move than taking a wait and see strategy. Because for all my borrowers who have waited over the past 5 or 7 years, the cost of buying a home has only become more expensive. I would be really interested to hear what you guys think, though. So reply and let me know.